Hello and welcome to the TES Secondary Maths Resource of the Week number 29 with me, Craig Barton. Now, I'm always a massive fan of any resource that can practice a few crucial key skills for the price of one. And this activity that's been kindly uploaded by Stephen Bodman can certainly do that. It is based around the game of golf and it is absolutely phenomenal for practicing angles, bearings, constructions, percentages, scale factors, to name but a few. So let's take a look at it. It consists of a pretty meaty PowerPoint, 6 megabytes worth there, and an accompanying worksheet. So the PowerPoint looks like this. Now it's 45 slides long. And as I always advise my NQTs and RPGC students, whenever you get a PowerPoint off TES, the first thing you should do, I think, is kind of break it down, take bits out, add in your own stuff. So I don't think you'd be using all 45 slides of these, but I tell you what, there's more than enough material to cover quite a few lessons here. So let's have a quick run through it. It starts off with just a bit of an overview about what golf is all about and a little bit of Name the Golfer. And then what the author does really nicely here is kind of take you through step by step all the key skills that the students are going to need to be able to succeed at golf. And this is what I'm meaning about taking stuff out, because you may find that your kids are very good at percentages, so don't need to do the percentage stuff, whereas the bearing stuff, they need even more practice. I mean, my year 11 certainly do. So it's a case of tailor-making it to fit your students and then building them up to go on the golf course at the end of the activity. So here we go. Here's a little bit of practice of angles that the students are going to need, so measuring with a protractor. The author takes us through types of angles, naming these, and this is all, if I just fire this up as a full thing, you'll see that this is all beautifully done, interactive here. Lovely animations on there, and that's throughout the PowerPoint. And again, estimating angles, absolutely crucial skill if students are going to be good at it. That's something my lot really struggle with. And how to effectively and efficiently use a protractor, really nice there. Love that. And once the students have mastered estimating, measuring and drawing angles, and they've had enough practice of that, then there's references to a textbook. This author follows the NXL scheme. And there's all your drawing, and then there's a bit of construction, because the students are going to need to get good at drawing, not just measuring angles but also drawing one line linking up to another angle and so on throughout the course. Then we get on to the classic subject of bearings. Now this is something I think year 11s around the country struggle with, so this is a nice engaging way of getting them good at bearings. So a bit of a link to the golden rule of bearings and all that kind of stuff. And then, and I think this is really clever, the author, Stephen, has made use of percentages in this, and I'll show you how in a second. So students have to be good at working out one number as a percent of another, so there's a little bit of practice on that one. And then this is the link with percentages. Really nice, because your golfers get to choose one of 4 clubs to use, and those clubs each carry a maximum distance to them. So if you want to hit, let's say your 3-wood 170 yards, and your 3-wood has a maximum distance of 270 yards, the students have got to work out what percentage power they're going to need to hit their 3-wood, which is a really nice way of doing it. And just with as with the other PowerPoint slide, this is all really nicely animated with all the correct answers on there. So it's lovely stuff. And then come the instructions, and the students are just about ready to go with the golf. There's one other key skill that they need, and that's scale factor. And again, this is lovely here. So the students are given the actual distance in yards of each hole, and they must measure on their scaled down version what the distance is from the tee off place to the hole, and then work out what the scale factor of the hole is. So that adds a new dimension to it. So there's loads of key math skills going on here. And then students are taken through an example on the board, and then they're unleashed onto their 9-hole golf course, which looks like this. And it's lovely stuff. So just to recap, the students have got to choose a starting club, they've got to work out the actual distance of the golf course, the golf hole, work out therefore the scaled down distance, how far they're going to need to hit it, work out how far in terms of percent they're going to hit their chosen club, work out what angle, or more specifically what bearing they're going to hit it. And it's a competition about who can get round the golf course, all 9 holes, in the fewest amount of shots, avoiding all the hazards. And as the students are going around, they're picking up so many key skills along the way. I just started this with my students last week, and they've asked if they can keep going with it this week, so we only got up to hole 4. And I'm thinking I might even set them for revision and a bit more construction practice, the opportunity to design their own holes, and we can try that out with the rest of the class. I think that'll be a really nice activity. But for revision with Year 11s, like I'm doing it with, or as a way to introduce measuring angles and constructions with younger years, I think this is an absolutely phenomenal activity, and I'm a huge fan of it. So thank you, Stephen, for putting so much time and effort into creating that and being kind enough to share it. And if you use it, perhaps just pop onto the blog page, give the blog a like, and maybe just share your thoughts, comments, or even just to say thank you to Stephen in the comments section below. And I will return with a fresh resource of the week next week. Take care, and bye for now.